welcome back to Evidence-Based Weight Loss. This is part number 8. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. We're almost halfway through the series. Just a quick reminder, if anybody is interested in one-on-one personal training, you can email me right up here. If you're interested, we'll come up with a good price. First 2 sessions are on me. Just a quick recap of last week was part 8. We talked about fiber content that fills you up. We also talked about water content in food will make you feel more full versus pears and apples will fill you up versus an oatmeal cookie with the same amount of fiber in it. So water content, you want things that are high in water, and we list what foods were very high in water so you could have some of those. We mentioned obesogenic chemicals and things such as fish, and that's in our ocean and canned foods. And then we also talked about leptin resistance, which seems to be caused by saturated fat and just makes you want to eat and eat and eat, and you never feel satisfied. And then people that have highly salt diets, there seems to be a link between obesity. So that's what we talked about last week. Today we are going to talk about how vegans are on average about 30 pounds lighter than the average population. And then we're going to talk about TMAO also being linked to obesity. Just as a reminder, I encourage you guys to take notes, maybe on Microsoft Word, Google Drive or something. There's going to be a lot of information in this 20-part series, and trust me, you're not going to remember it all. So if it's truly something you're trying to do, lose weight, I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to share this with people too, because I really am passionate about helping people. But let's get into the video. England Journal of Medicine, vegans on average are about 20 to 30 pounds lighter than the average population. Study is right here. One study that observed over 90,000 people showed that people that are eating more plant-based overall did a better job at lowering their weight. Obesity rates run in vegans as low as to about 2 or 3%. So again, vegan is somebody that's avoiding animal products, meat, dairy, and eggs. Now I do want to mention that this article is from 1996. So back then, veganism probably was pretty much whole food plant-based. I mean, there were still junk food things you could have, such as fries and bread and beer. But now we got vegan junk food everything. So if we looked at that today, I'm not sure if that would be the case. So I think really vegans in 1996 were probably completely whole food plant-based. I mean, there just wasn't many options back then. I certainly was not vegan in 96. I was just a little child. According to this study, vegans may be eating about 464 less calories than the average person. Vegetarians are actually eating about a ½ pound more a day compared to the rest of the population, and yet are still leaner. And then researchers in 1994 discovered that people that are eating more plant-based, such as vegetarian vegan diets, actually have a higher resting metabolic rate. So what is that? That basically means that you just burn more calories naturally. They were about 11% higher than the rest of the population. The thought process is that it's probably due to the fiber. We talked about fiber last week, and it takes a lot to digest fiber. There's a lot, your stomach has to really go to work to digest all that. So that's probably the reason that they just naturally burn more calories, vegans and vegetarians. One study that was 6 months, right up here, showed that those eating more plant-based diets were able to lose weight better. They were able to lose 7.5% of their body weight compared to the other group that was eating fish and eggs and other animal products. So they were actually losing more weight, and they didn't have any weren't doing any kind of calorie restriction. They weren't adding exercise. They weren't doing anything differently. All that they were doing was just eating plant-based. The other group was eating more animal products, and they were losing weight, versus the other group was losing about 3% of their body weight in this study. And they were trying to do more things, such as cut calories and probably drink less sugary stuff. You know, they were trying to really work at it. So just naturally, if you're eating a plant-based diet, the weight's just naturally going to come off. And now keep in mind that's why I'm putting the 30 recipes in every single one of these 20 videos now. These 30 recipes are in the description of this video. Go check them out. 20 of those videos are from our YouTube. 10 of the recipes are from other people's YouTubes. They're all healthy plant-based recipes. Well, that's one of the reasons I provided them, because I suggest trying all 30 of them if you just don't know where to start and don't know how to eat healthier. That's why I did it, and that's why I made it all plant-based, because I know it'll give you more of a successful chance of being successful in weight loss. Methylene N oxide. It's right here on the screen in case I butchered that name, but that's what it is. What is TMAO? Researchers found that people with higher levels of TMAO in their blood may have more than twice the risk of heart attack, stroke, or serious cardiovascular problems compared with people who have lower levels. If you want to learn more about that, just go to Harvard, just type in TMAO Harvard Health, and it'll come up right on their website if you want to learn more about TMAO, or pick the book up, How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Gray. What is this TMAO? Well, this TMAO is a short-chain fatty acid. It is produced by our good gut bacteria when we consume things such as choline, which is concentrated in eggs, lectin supplements, and carnitine, which is in meat. And energy drinks can also increase TMAO, according to this study here. People with elevated TMAO in their blood have more risks of dying prematurely and have higher risks of heart attacks and strokes, according to this study. Now, if you feed a vegan, somebody that doesn't, that's been a vegan for a considerable amount of time, if you feed them a steak, they don't get these rise in TMAO levels. It's because they're not harvesting this TMAO gut bacteria. They just don't have that in them. Now, obviously, if a vegan keeps eating that day after day, first of all, they're no longer vegan if they keep eating that day after day. And they're no longer vegan. And then this TMAO will get reproduced in their body. And just, as mentioned, will cause heart disease, strokes, cancers, and apparently weight gain, which we are going to cover in just a second here. But TMAO is primarily, the cause of it is going to be from meat and eggs. So we mentioned the choline in eggs and the carnitine in meat. That's what's going to raise this. So again, not only, remember, all plant foods have 0 cholesterol in them, right? Let's get the science straight with cholesterol. Cholesterol is produced by our livers. It's not produced in plants. So we have cholesterol. Our body makes cholesterol naturally. We can get additional dietary cholesterol when we eat animal products. So it's only made by a liver. That's the only way you can make it. You'll never see it in something that's completely plant-based. If something says it has cholesterol in it, it's not fully plant-based. Trust me. So let's go with it. Let's just get that right, of course. But not only is eggs and animal products and meat increasing your cholesterol because you're consuming it, but it's rising these TMAO levels in your blood. So it's making things only worse. This is, again, I'm highly in favor of a plant-based diet for health reasons, ethical reasons, and environmental reasons. Those are the main 3. And ethical and health is obviously a really big one. I mean, they're all important. Environmental, we only got one Earth as of now. We don't have the technology to travel to habitable planets at the moment. Well, here's the Pounds trial in 2018. You can check this study out here. This is the study that seems to be showing that TMAO is linked to weight gain. Let me read the quote here. The Pounds loss trial showed that people with more carnitine and choline were twice as likely to experience weight gain, while those with greater reductions in carnitine were less likely to experience weight gain and have slimmer waists. So maybe we don't know for sure if TMAO is the actual cause of weight gain. It could just be lifestyle factors. Maybe people that avoid eggs and meat just have healthier lifestyle habits. Who knows? So that's it. I want to try to always give a review at the end of these. I don't think I've done the best job at reviewing these videos at the end. I did last week's video, so I want to do that. So point 1 taken. Eat more plant-based. They're lower in calories, they're higher in fiber, they fill you up. Eat more plant-based. If possible, go completely plant-based. I highly recommend. I think everybody should. Here's my stance. I don't think people should be forced to be vegans, but I think everybody should go vegan, if that makes any sense. I think everybody should do it, but I don't want to force anybody to do anything, because that's not the kind of world I want to live in. I want people to have freedom of choice. But I think everybody should. So plant-based it's going to help you lose weight. And again, whole food plant-based. You can eat French fries, beer, vegan junk food, Oreos, bread, you're not going to probably lose weight at all. And you're not even going to be full from eating those kind of foods. And then the point 2 was also avoid animal products because you want to avoid choline and carnitine, because according to this study here, which I already quoted, it seems to be linked to weight gain. And people that avoid this have slimmer waists, according to that study. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please share this with people. As you can see, I'm extremely passionate about helping people lose weight. I used to be overweight myself. I was never obese. I was probably getting borderline obese. And I'm just passionate about helping people reach their health and wellness goals, because we cannot live our lives to the fullest if we're unhealthy. And I want everybody to feel good in their bodies. I certainly feel a lot better in my body since I lost all that weight. And I'm gonna lose more weight again. I want to, like I said, I want to get down 10 pounds, and those abdominals are going to be popping out of my stomach by summer if I can lose about 10 pounds here. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.